Have you heard any inklings of maybe some kind of reunion show? I feel like that kind of gets brought up every so often. So
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea, but if there was, I hope to be a part of it.
the one and only Jana Kramer, how are you? How is it going? How was life?
It's good. It's good. Just taking one day at a time and doing my thing.
Of course, yeah. And we're here today to talk about Name That Tune. You are going to be on a special edition of the show April 19th. I am so excited to see it. So, what was that like for you, the experience of filming that?
It was so fun. We got to film it in Ireland, so I got to take a little like vacation as well, like a little added day. But it was really cool. I mean, it's an iconic show, so it was fun to be a part of.
Yep. Was there anything specific about why it was filmed in Ireland, or I had no idea that?
I'm not sure why. I'm sure it's just, studio costs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where, I got asked, and again, it's such an iconic show. So I just wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, that sounds amazing. Like getting the chance to be on the show and a trip to Ireland, like that's a win-win situation for me.
Exactly.
So, you mentioned too that this is an iconic show. Were you a fan of it before, like growing up? Like this is a very classic show. So, what's your
Yeah.
familiarity with it?
Definitely classic show. I watched it with my family back in the day. So it was just really cool, growing up on those game shows and stuff. It was cool that like this came back and I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, and you're going up against Cassadee Pope. So, what was that like? Like, are you guys familiar with each other? Like, are you friends? Like, what was it like going up against her in a
Yeah,
competition?
Cassidy's great. I mean, she's fun. She's really good, like very knowledgeable about like music and stuff. So I was totally nervous to be up against her. But yeah, no, she's great and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you are a musician yourself, a singer. So, was there any kind of like nerves for you going into this situation? Maybe some pressure on you because you are a singer and familiar with a bunch of different music styles. So, what was
For
that like for
sure.
you?
Yeah, it was definitely I felt a lot of pressure because it was, if I was like, oh gosh, if there's country songs, like I should know them. But I think when you're on the spot, it's a lot harder, like than sitting at home and stuff. So I tried to just remember that. Like I know if I was home, I'd be like, oh, why didn't I get that? But it's a lot harder when you're in front of the camera, in front of an audience.
Oh my God, I can only imagine because I know I can speak for myself watching the shows. I'm always like, how did they not get that one right? And, when you're in the moment doing this, there's a lot of cameras. I'm assuming maybe there was an audience there too. Like there's a lot going on. So I can imagine that kind of played a part into your performance on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
And you are playing for Safe Horizon here. So what did it mean for you to be supporting that charity and organization?
I'm a domestic violence abuse victim. And so I love the fact that I can now use my platform to help other people that are in DV cases. And, Safe Horizon helps many women and children. And so if I can help with anything, that they're always going to be my top pick.
Yeah, and that's such a special addition to your appearance on this show. I mean, it's a fun show, but you also have this very important organization close to your heart. So I'm glad that you got to spread the word about it too on the show. It's a big platform for it. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. And, on the topic of music, you're a singer yourself. So I was wondering, is there anything in the works for you there? Anything that you can tease maybe on the music front?
I have a song out right now called The Story. It's about me and my kids that I wrote a song for my kids, and so it's a special little song, and yeah, so I have that out right now, and I'm writing and always working.
Definitely. And I mean, you're working on music, you're on Name That Tune, you have your acting career. I don't know how you manage to do all of these things on top of being a mom. So how do you juggle all of these responsibilities?
I mean, it's a lot, but I do it all for my kids. And I just want to show them that, you can, I want to support my kids and be the best mom that I can and work really hard and hopefully inspiring people along the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you are definitely doing that. I'm sure, like in your story, a lot of people know it. So I'm excited to get to see a different side of you on Name That Tune too, because this is something totally different for you. What
Sure.
is your kind of experience with like these kind of game show competitions here? Like,
I was able to do like Family Feud and obviously like
right.
Dancing with the Stars, but yeah, this is just another way to show my personality and show, my energy that I can bring to a show.
Yeah, I love it. And I am I have to shift gears here a little bit. I am a big One Tree Hill fan. I'm sure you get questions about One Tree Hill all the time, but while I have you here, I have to ask, you know, this year too, I think it is like the 10th anniversary of the series finale. So I was wondering, you know, and you're like in the One Tree Hill group chat that I imagine you guys all have you guys talked about this anniversary? Have you talked about maybe
I
reuniting?
keep in touch with Chantel, and yeah, I mean, you know, I was an added part of the cast later in the series, but yeah, I mean, Chantel and I are friends, and you know, she's someone who you know, I love speaking to, and you know, all the cast is great, but I think we're all just kind of like focused on our other stuff too, and you know, the main core group of One Tree Hill are together for sure.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard any inklings of maybe some kind of reunion show? I feel like that kind of gets brought up every so often. So
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea, but if there was, I hope to be a part of it.
oh my gosh, I can only imagine how amazing that would be. Like, especially 10-year anniversary, it seems like maybe this is the kind of perfect time for that. So I'm just
Fingers.
gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I was wondering too, going back to acting, you have singing, everything. We touched upon this a little bit. You have your two adorable young children. And you know, I have seen from time to time that you have, you know, had to kind of like defend yourself on social media, which is unfortunate, but like social media, you know, the trolls, they will come out of the woodworks there. So how do you manage that on your own? Like, I know that you do have some very powerful statements that you send to these like trolls here and stuff, but how do you manage that on your own, like personally? Like, how do you deal with it?
I mean, I just at the end of the day, like I know I'm a good mom, and I know who I am as a person. And sometimes like I feel called to say something that really bothers me. So I mean, but I also know that, you know, for every one person, there's 100 other people saying something positive. So, but sometimes, yeah, I mean, I'm human, it gets to me, and I try to kind of weigh out the pros and cons of saying something or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I think, I mean, I know like I can speak from experience here. Like, it's hard for me to not say things on social media because it's just this whole social media rabbit hole. It's just a lot. So I commend you for even dealing with even like an eighth of that. So
I appreciate it.
yeah. And, you know, as we're winding down here, we have so many projects we're talking about, but I was wondering if there's anything on the horizon, but whether, you know, you do have your song out, whether there's any acting projects or
Yeah,
maybe it's something that you've like wanted to tackle that you haven't yet.
for sure. I just did a movie with Mario Lopez. It's for Lifetime. It'll be out this holiday season. We just wrapped that this past weekend, and then you know, I have got my wine One Brick that I love being a part of. So yeah, it's fun. But besides that, I'm just momming away.
Yeah. What inspired getting into the wine business there? That sounds
I love wine, and I just
uh-huh.
want to make something that I can drink that's mine. So yeah.
Yeah. What kinds are there? There are like different kinds of reds.
Cabs, yeah, there's Cabernets, there's whites, reds, whites, blends, and everything in between.
Oh, I love it. So what's your favorite kind of wine when you're want it?
I'm an Napa Cab girl. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I'm not super familiar with wines, but like I'm a rosé person. So
We got a rosé. Yep.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that's the wine that you like to have when you're winding down from a long day.
Absolutely.
One Brick, is that was the name?
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to look out for that myself. So if you
Good.
have a rosé, I'm there.
Okay, Steph. Perfect.
Yeah, and you know, thank you so much, Jana, for taking the time to chat with me. You know, you're such a busy woman, so I want to let you go and you know get back to everything on your plate. So thank you so much for taking the time.